Gamers, that's what's called waiting for the audio to come your way so you don't go behind the scenes. What's up, everyone? I'm Spike Vegeta. One more round of applause for Mythila in that amazing showcase. That absolute destruction of Hollow Knight Silksong. Here at Summer Games Done Quick 2026. It's been an incredible first couple of days of the event, and we have a lot more coming your way. But I actually want to rewind a little bit to two of the GOATs that we've already gotten to have on this very stage. Just got to showcase their runs. I am joined by the one and only Supersonic. Woo! And the two or something and only Dragon Blitz. Hey! Both of these runners earlier in the week, actually just earlier today for you, Supersonic, you got to run Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Amazing job there. And Dragon Blitz, you got to show the absolutely brutally optimized Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I'm just gonna ask both of you, we'll start with Supersonic. How'd you feel about your run, buddy? You killed it.
It felt great, honestly, because that was the one run I was really worried about, just getting as perfect as I could. And once we got through Marble Garden, I was like, yeah, we're on the roll. And it just went perfectly the way I wanted it to. Maybe just a couple of tricks that didn't quite go well, but aside from that, I'm pretty happy with it overall.
And that's, like you say, a couple of tricks. I've done commentary with you on Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I know you talked to me a little bit about it before this. That really looks like one of the most impossible speed games out there. There's a million tricks you gotta learn. They're all semi-sections of like frame perfect. There's all this knowledge you need to know. So the fact that you only missed a few things is incredible. So pat yourself on the back. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And for you, Dragon Blitz, earlier in the week, like I said, they're on day one. You got to take on Soten. You've been running this game for close to over 10 years, over
13-ish, you know, something like that.
You know, dedicated a lot of time to it, and that's just, you know, one of like the Mount Rushmore of speed games out there in Soten. So much work has been done on it. How'd you feel about your performance?
You know, there are a couple things that could have went better. Obviously, there's RNG in the run that didn't go my way. But outside of that, I was very happy to showcase it for so many people. I've had more people than ever out of all of my GDQ appearances come up to me at the event and say, hey, loved your run. That was so informative.
That's great.
You know, that sort of thing. And that's kind of why I did it. Like, this run is very information dense, and it's difficult to get it all out there. So I tried my best to explain it. And the run went pretty well outside of that as well.
I love you talking there, both of you, a little bit about just information and commentary and getting stuff across to the audience. Because I am probably the single aspect about speedrunning that I am the most passionate about is being a teacher. And making sure I relay to the audience like, hey, like all of what we do is cool and you can just like turn your brain off and woo, dudes, they're flying out of bounds and they're zipping, zapping and they're like doing all these cool jumps and everything. But I am a believer that anybody can do this craft. So this is a part of my ongoing series that I do at a lot of different events. Teach me tech, or as I think I worded it in this segment as, I could never do that. Sure you can. It was probably some wording of that. But this is, again, everybody thinks they can't get into speedrunning. I'm here to teach you, even with impossibly optimized games with all sorts of broken stuff in it. Like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you too can get this done. So with that being said, I think we can bring up some gameplay, because let's teach each other how to do these things.
Sure thing.
Supersonic, we're gonna start with you and the classic, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And the format of this is I brought on these two. Supersonic's gonna teach us a little bit, but he's not gonna do this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be on Dragon Blitz.
So the first thing I'm gonna teach you is like a simple 6-tap spin dash. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You could either do a piano roll technique by utilizing the A, B, and C buttons in like a piano style, or you can just run your thumb across the A, B, and C buttons at the same time, or just to get like the 100% speed. So we're in Angel Island. This is just pretty much like a simple level that we can just demonstrate this. So you kind of see like, I went a little bit slow there, but you want to see that Sonic will get like a burst of speed, like from a spin dash here. So this is like me doing a piano roll. It's kind of almost similar to that, but yeah, this is like the main movement of tech, really. So here, I'll have you try that out.
Yeah, sure.
Because the 6-tap spin dash puts you at top speed.
Top speed, yeah.
Anything beyond that isn't doing anything.
So you start at crouch, you press the buttons.
Yeah, you press the buttons, you do like A, B, and C like a piano style.
So after a certain point, you stop gaining extra speed, right?
Yeah, so it only does it after 6 revs.
Okay.
And if you keep on revving it, it's just gonna keep it at that 6-tap. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm trying the piano roll method, seeing how I like it.
Yeah, so
Anytime I pick up new tech, I always try different options to see which ones I.
yeah, so as you're releasing the spin dash, you want to try to release the down input as soon as you let go of the last button. So that'll give you like your maximum speed. So that's like a good way to see that. You're getting more upward momentum from that slope.
And so
there.
why is that? Is it because you're dropping into neutral? You're not like capping your speed?
Yeah, so what's happening is if you're leaving a rev for like a little bit, it's gonna slowly like decrease its speed. And you're not gonna get the maximum speed out of that. So we wanna make sure that we try to get the spin dash as quick as possible. You can also do a 9-tap, which is like pretty much equivalent to a 6-tap spin dash.
Okay.
So you just like rev it up 3 times, like A, B, and C all together. And that'll be pretty much equal to being like 100%
Okay,
spin.
interesting. One variation on this I'd like to ask you about, because I know there's also, they'll talk about, obviously there's 6-tap, but you don't always want a 6-tap in every situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want, I know I've heard 2-tap, 1-tap. I'm not sure which are applicable to Sonic 3 and Knuckles in its routing, but I guess where's the spot where potentially you would want to do those other taps, or just generally?
So there's like some instances where you want to do like maybe a 1-tap spin dash just to kind of get over a slope a little bit, or if you want to try to get a jump off the hill thing. And Sonic has a thing called Insta Shield. So if you like jump and then press jump again, you see that Insta Shield there?
Yep.
We thought that was the most pointless move in the game, but what it does, it actually expands your hitbox and it gets you out of the airlock. So when you're like going up a slope or something while you're jumping, it's gonna keep you out of airlock, but if you do the Insta Shield, it'll unlock you from that.
Oh, okay, very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, DB, so for you in learning this technique right now, and by the way, I'm a big believer in, whenever I'm doing a movement-based speedrun, I don't know about both of you, this is the first thing I want to learn. I'm like, no, don't show me what I'm doing in any of the levels or anything. I just want to know how to move Sonic.
Yeah.
I want to know how to move Alucard. So for you, are you feeling more a piano roll? Are you feeling a scrape with your thumb?
I think the sliding of the thumb feels a little bit more natural for me, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good speed right there.
And that's already like the very first thing you're gonna learn
Yeah.
when you're picking up Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's awesome. So now let's go ahead and jump into, now for the second part of each of these. I'd like to see if one of you can teach the other person some sort of just a flashy trick or something. One of the first tricks that's just gonna save you a bunch of time in your speed run, and maybe it's more accessible than you would think. I loved that, thank you. What is it, like an eighth of the cart is taken up by Sega?
Yeah, so my EverDrive kind of does strange things here. Like sometimes when you try to load up a save state, it'll play a different song on it. So,
Oh, we could actually swap back to Sonic 3 and Knuckles there, sorry.
oh,
Yeah, we'll go ahead and stay on Sonic 3 and Knuckles for both of these. Boop, 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 boop. This is what we're doing live. That's right.
okay, so yeah, we don't hear any music right now because sometimes the EverDrive doesn't properly play the music. So
Oh,
we're not
now
gonna
I'm
do
sad
that.
because it's Hydro City, but that's fine.
Yeah,
All right.
so for this trick here, what we're gonna do is, since this is actually a semi-solid object here, we're gonna do a 6-tap spin dash, and then we're gonna do an Insta Shield to clip right through.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna go right about here. You kind of see that Sonic
You're
is
walking
descending.
into the ground.
Yeah, you're descending a little bit, and then you're just gonna continuously do 1-tap spin dashes just to kind of get yourself into the ground a little more.
Okay.
And then once you're in the ground enough, like you kind of see that Sonic is zipping. So
Okay.
if you press left, you'll go right. If you press right, you go left. So we want to go like right and then left, and then that should take you to the boss room.
And so what is the instance of, this is where, because you have technically, yeah, this is a good week, because you have technically gone past the left side of the screen, you're at the end of the level and your camera is just waiting to catch up to you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so sure, I'll just go ahead and show it one more time. So we'll just do like a 6-tap spin dash right here, do an Insta Shield right as you're at your apex of, not really apex of your jump, but as you're ascending into the jump, and that should be able to clip you through. And then just kind of slowly walk in until you see Sonic is into the ground, and then just do continuous 1-tap spin dashes. Once you see that he's kind of shifting to the right, just
Okay.
do a quick left and then right. And then there you go. That'll be the level wrap right there.
See, that doesn't seem so hard. Oh, I
Yeah,
have to
and
do
so
it right
a lot
now?
of people are at home, because I always see the common thing, people like, oh yeah, it's easy, sure, we're watching a guy who's done it 10,000 times. We are now handing it Dragon Blows. Dragon Blows, to confirm, you've never done this, correct?
I've never played Sonic 3, I'm going to be honest. This is the
You don't
first
even
time
know-
I've touched the game.
This is the oldest video game he's ever played in his
Oh,
life.
there you go. You
All
got-
right, he
okay, it's
instantly
that
clipped
easy.
through it. I want to clarify, we are not lying. He did not go over this beforehand. Okay, so it looks like you kind of go until like maybe your shoes.
Yeah, I was
are
looking
covered
at the
up.
shoes as a lineup.
Yeah.
Does that make me a nerd?
So now you just want to do 1-tap spin dashes, and then that'll should slowly put you into the ground a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now you're moving right, so you're gonna go left a little bit and then right.
Do I need to go like?
Maybe one more spin dash might work. Okay,
Yeah.
so now right. Okay, so maybe right there, just hold right.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, let's go, baby!
There you go. So that will take you to the Robotnik fight. And then if you want to try to do the Robotnik fight, I can show you the visual cue for that. So there's going to be a pillar. So if you just walk a little forward where Robotnik is,
Okay.
like right
Right underneath
no,
him,
go
like
to
right on
the
top
right.
of the
Oh, he's
pillar.
going to be right.
I did it.
Hey, we did it! GG!
But yeah, that'll just take you to the boss fight. And then,
Yeah.
you know, that's pretty much
How
what
much
you do
time
there.
does that save in a speedrun exactly?
So this is actually a backup strat. You actually lose 30 seconds by doing that. The strat that I did earlier in
taught
the
me the
run.
slow
Compared to.
Well, the thing is, that is actually easier to do, but the one that I did earlier in the run, that is a much harder to do because
Sure.
you need, there's like chances where you end up getting crushed.
Uh-huh.
And other times you just don't clip at all. So this is like a good backup to do like early on in the game, like when you're learning
Yeah.
the speed run and everything. So this is like a good starting point for
Yeah.
like learning the run.
I'm a big believer in like stepping stones to get to that point in speedruns. Like if you want to go for all of it right off the bat, you can, but it's probably not gonna be a good day. And we have one more step before we jump over to Symphony of the Night. Supersonic, I do want to ask you to jump over to, I believe, this is what you're gonna give to me. This is the I Look Stupid segment. I believe we're going to Lava Reef.
Yes,
For
we are.
how many frame perfect tricks is this we're gonna do?
3 frame perfects. So we're gonna do a trick called monitor clip. Basically what it does is it'll actually have Sonic save 1 minute out of the level.
Oh.
But the thing is, this is after you beat the Act 1 boss. So
Okay.
we're standing at a specific spot right here in the middle.
Oh God, I have to lock in. What is this?
So
Okay.
I actually do have frame advance on right now, so we can actually see which frames we need. So we need the signpost. You kind of see it like right between the rings and the
right
the
above
64.
ring 64.
So you
okay.
want it somewhere around here, or this frame will also work too. Then
Okay.
the next frame is right about here.
Once the white line is just above the floor.
Yeah, so once you see the monitor pop up just a tiny bit,
Okay.
so you want to hold down after that, and then you want to see Sonic like, I believe it's like this. That might be it. No, that broke it. Nope. But yeah, this is like the hardest trick in the run.
Is this giving you confidence, Spike, that you're going to get the first try?
I feel so good that Supersonic is taking multiple cracks at this one.
All right, let me just do frame advance for this one. Okay, that one there, and then this one. That's what I was supposed to look like.
Okay, sure. And then what are you pressing right there? Is it just rolling under it and that will automatically put you into the walls?
So the way how each frame is working right now, so for the first frame, you're just gonna pause for the signpost.
That at that point I'm holding left.
Yeah, you're holding left here.
Okay.
And then for the second frame, this is actually a frame early. You wanted to see it like, 2 frames early.
Yeah.
You wanna see it here. So once you get to this point, you're gonna hold down,
Now down.
and then I think this might be the frame. Nope, that's a frame late.
So left on that, down on that.
Yeah,
It
it's,
looks like a
it's a
right.
very hard trick, but it does save a minute for Lava Reef too. Yeah, I broke the monitor, so.
This is wild. This saves a minute this late into your run.
That's it.
And
And
you're
then
pressing right.
And then
right,
what is
yeah.
the and then you tap right as it's about to.
Yeah, so right as
your
you're
shoe is
yeah.
pointing up. You have to go off visual cues. As
Yeah.
your shoe is pointing up into the monitor.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so you got this?
Sure. All right. Let's give this like 2 tries and then we'll jump to Soden. Okay. So what am I pressing to frame
So
advance?
press start. Frame advance is gonna be C, that'll advance it by 1 frame.
Okay.
So you could just, you don't wanna jump out of it right away, so we'll just load up with this. There we go. So you just unpause, and then pause.
Oh, it's paused.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying C to frame advance. Okay.
I mean, you could technically frame events like this, like you kind of see it's frame advancing like that,
Oh, yeah.
but
it's just pausing.
yeah, it's just pausing like that.
Let's probably let it. Okay, that looks a frame early to me.
Okay, that's a few frames early. So if you want to frame advance it, that's late now, so it's not going to work.
Okay, so now just real quick, what's the restart? Then I can do?
Up and B and C together.
Up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool,
Yeah,
we got
that'll
there.
load it up. Okay.
This is my stupid gamerly. No, wait. Okay.
That's late, yeah. I think wait until the signpost comes down first, because it starts to float a little bit. And then you should be able to, it's close.
It's close, but not.
I think
okay.
you're 1 frame off. So if you
Gosh.
just press B or press C once,
Press C once. Okay.
that's it. That's the frame you need. Now hold left.
So now I can buffer holding left
Yeah,
out
hold
of
left
this.
and pause.
Okay.
Okay, you can keep it going. Okay, that's
Way
That's way
late.
late. Yeah.
And then, wait a minute. And then show me what the trick looks like real quick.
Okay, let me see if I can nail this.
I want to see the full zipperoonie afterwards.
Okay. There we go.
Nice.
With practice makes perfect. All right.
Okay, so now
And
for
then
the
what does this do?
So for the second bit here, we're gonna wait 6 3/4 of a second. So I'm gonna be looking at the IGT here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right before it hits 7, you kind of see it just drops a little bit. And then at 11, I'm gonna turn left and then spin dash. That should put me out of tube here. And then from this point, we're gonna try to stair clip. So it's like a 6-tap spin dash. So we're inside the stair now. We're gonna do like a quick tap of left. And then we're in here. And then we're stuck in this area. Yeah, so this is actually Knuckles' area. So we need to like quickly do 2-tap on spin dashes and then you're out of the level and that's it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great job, Supersonic. All right. With that, gamers, I think we're actually going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you both so much for joining me on that. Supersonic, that was a wonderful tutorial to Dragon Blitz and myself. Again, gamers, I promise you, anybody can get into speedrunning. Anybody can learn about this. You can do it. Try it out today. Let's kick it back up to the front for more amazing speedruns. Later, gamers.